your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Welcome inside the cage. Jeremy Green here alongside Coach Donna Enos. It's a big day here inside Gilmer County High School, Coach. It is the Hall of Fame game, and the Lady Cats and Bobcats will welcome in their friends from just down the road in Pickens County, and it's going to be a fun day.
It really is. I mean, they just played each other a week ago, so both games were close. It's going to be a fun rematch.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to send it down to the floor now to public address. We're going to have our national anthem, and then we will have some starting lineups.
Please rise as we honor America. like to thank Piedmont Mountainside Hospital for working our starting line.
Having some PR problems tonight, aren't they? Some PA problems.
Yeah, technical difficulties going on right now down just below us, so they're going to get that figured out, and we will have some starting lineups here in just a minute, or maybe not, but tell you what. So we've decided just to shout them out here. I like it, and we will see them on your screen. And so Bella Hopkins, number 12, along with number 21, Amanda Nelson. Coach, I missed one there, number 24.
Yeah, that's Madison Powell. And then 32, Caroline Mullins. 33, Carmen Mullins.
Yeah, so the Mullins sisters there. Good to see Caroline back. Now for the Lady Cats, another group of familiar starters. Of course, number 1, Ellie Callahan, here in her senior season. Lark Reese, also a senior on this team. Brooke Wilson, number 12, here in her junior season. She'll be followed, we assume, by Charlie Poteet, number 14. Familiar starters for Coach Nunn. And a little bit of a change here. Anna Waddell, number 22, the guard, inserted into the starting lineup. So that is the 5 for both teams. And as you mentioned, Coach, these two teams played in our tip-off tournament. You and I were on the call. Pretty good game. It was actually the Lady Cats who jumped out to a 15-4 lead. And the second quarter, Pickens came storming back. And then in the fourth quarter, Gilmer made a run. So a seesaw game, the Nets end up winning. But it was certainly an entertaining matchup there to start off our tournament.
It really was. It was a great kickoff game. Ended up being 56-50 by the Dragonettes. But, you know, both of them have played since then, and both teams are I saw a lot of growth in both teams over that tournament, and so I expect a really good game today.
So it'll be the tip there and actually hits the referee in the face. You know, we are not off to a great start here. Things are not going as planned in any aspect, so maybe we'll see. And I'll tell you what, the official may have busted his nose. And so something going on here.
And, you know, I wonder if the JV officials have left. We may have to pull one of them back in.
Yeah, so here's how it's gone so far. We started the game. The anthem worked great. We had no sound on our starting lineups. We had the tip that neither player hits the official in the nose, drew blood. That's not going to fare well for the players. You would think drew blood on the opening tip, and now we're in a little bit of a delay. But eventually, hey, we're going to get going here.
It's going to be hard to run up and down the floor if he has to pack that.
So the ball has been taken care of. The tissues have gone. This is going to be rough in the locker room at halftime. I just tell you, the officials can be brutal with each other, too. It's a round of applause for the official. I hope there's some apologies over there.
If I were him, I might let somebody else throw it up.
Yeah, I might think about that, too. They're going to wipe the ball off one more time. Or maybe it looks like they're going to wipe the floor. Coach Nunn here in her final season. Of course, Coach Thomas down there just taking it all in, enjoying it. And looks like we're finally ready to go here. Beat Callahan and Mullins. And once again, they both miss it.
Well, you know, she caught it, but she never did tip it. No, there was no tip, so. But.
You know, whatever you got to do to get the game going, Coach.
I guess. That's something you practice, and you wouldn't see those two seniors miss the tip twice.
So it's Charlie Poteet here with the first attempt of the game. She misses it, put back up by Brooke Wilson, and it will be out of bounds. And Lady Cats will stay in possession. Clark Reese sends it out to Ellie Callahan, and it's taken away, and it'll be Carmen Mullins leading it down the floor.
You know, in the first game, there was a lot of pressing going on, and I just wonder how they're going to adjust with that today. Bella Hopkins for the three. I mean, you know, I think that was kind of something that I think that they kind of found that sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't, but it's going to be interesting to see kind of how that goes today if they choose to use pressure.
As we mentioned, when they played before, the Lady Cats were able to jump out to an early lead, and it'll be a held ball that time. It'll go to the nets.
You know, both teams come in 2-2. I mean, when you look at it on paper, they're pretty evenly matched.
I think that might be a little skewed, though. The Nets, of course, their 2 losses to Fannin, currently ranked number 3 in the state in AA, and then to Calhoun the other night. I believe that was Thursday night they played, who is a really good team up in Class 5A, so played some really stiff competition so far.
They really have. And as you mentioned, Caroline Mullins back from a concussion. She didn't play Thursday night, so this is her first night back. So here we come with the pressure.
Clark Reese dribbles off her foot there. They will say it stays with the Lady Cats. Okay.
I don't think either official really saw that, and just one looked at the other.
Came to a consensus there. Going to stay with the Lady Cats there as well. No fouls here early on, although a lot of contact. So,
yeah, that little 2-2-1 press is something that Gilmer ran forever and ever. I mean, that was kind of their bread and butter for years. And then Pickens kind of turned it and playing it against them.
First bucket of the game comes from Brooke Wilson. Gilmer, you would think, with a little bit of a size advantage, would have a little bit of a good situation down low, so trying to score those points in the paint, and even if it's the guard, you see it working. Callahan, though, is out at the top on the perimeter. You see that little bit of a shove from Reese, but no foul called.
You know, Pickens, they love the three-point shot too, so be interesting to see the different strategies today. So official still struggling a little bit there with his bloody nose.
Yeah, as you mentioned, running up and down the floor, probably not going to help that. Wilson up again. That time tried to pass it and picked up by, I believe that was Amanda Nelson that jumped in there, and it'll be Pickens' ball again. So that's the third or fourth time we've seen a held ball here early in the first quarter.
I was going to say that is probably the most held balls in the first 2 minutes that we've seen this year. You know, the last game, as you mentioned, was really high scoring, and this one is just really, everybody's struggling to score.
Of course, when you play somebody a second time and you know what they want to do, kind of makes it a little harder to defend.
And both teams so familiar with each other. I mean, the coaches, the players.
Clark Reese with the bucket, but called for the travel. Little jump stop there, get you in trouble. Talk about why that's sometimes a travel and why it's not, and what exactly happens on that little, you know, we call it a jump stop, where you sort of stop and then try to go again.
Honestly, it's the official's discretion. But no, I mean, really, you're supposed to be able to come to a jump stop, you know, as long as both feet, you know, land at the same time, and you haven't established a pivot foot. So, you know, establishing a pivot foot is the key to it.
Gilmer with a 4-0 lead, and then finally going to see our first foul of the game. And if you're Coach Nunn, you don't like it because it's on Ellie Callahan.
I think really one key to the Lady Cat season is that the two seniors, well, you know, Ellie and Brooke, they're going to have to learn to, I mean, with Lark, I mean, Ellie and Lark's going to have to learn to play with fouls because they got in some foul trouble in the tournament.
Bella Hopkins with the big three. We saw her go 5 for 5 from 3 in the second quarter of that opening game up at the tip-off tournament, and that really was the thing that blew it open. A lot of contact there, knee to knee, it looked like, between Wilson and Mullins, but everybody seems to be okay.
You know, I've been around basketball all my life, and I don't think there's any two schools that have more passionate fans than the Gilmer Pickens fan base. I was watching the JV boys. They went in overtime, and it was a lot of enthusiasm from the stands.
Foul called right there offensively. They're going to get, I believe, Anna Waddell, number 22 down there on that. Didn't see exactly what happened, but
must have been an illegal screen there.
That's her first foul. Still the same starting 5 in for Coach Nunn. A couple substitutions already for Coach Thomas. We know he's liberal with those.
Yeah. And both teams run the same press against each other, and if they practice against it every day, it should not be a problem to break it.
Bella Hopkins starting to catch fire, 2 for 2. I take it back. I think she did miss one earlier, so but she has hit 2 in a row. Now with the turnover, so Dragonettes already up 2 with the ball, trying to take a lead in this first quarter.
You know, we're sitting here December 4th. It does not feel like December 4th, does it?
No, I tell you what, it was cold during the tip-off tournament, but you go outside yesterday and it's 75. We sit here in the gym now and I believe 65 or 6. Hopkins lets it fly again. She's feeling it. That one in and out. Rebounded on the floor. They're going to call another held ball. This time it will go to Gilmer. But the light coming in. This is a weird time of day, too. These Saturday games that start early. We're used to being here at night in prime time, but we're glad you're here. I know we have a lot of folks that are watching at home because in just a few minutes, there's a little bit of a football game on TV. And so if you're watching us at home and flipping back and forth, we appreciate that. And I think you do see a few empty seats in the gym where there would normally be people.
Yeah. And a lot of people have not gotten used to the 3 o'clock start on Saturdays.
Of course, if you're like me and you're an Auburn fan, there's nowhere that you'd rather be besides not watching that game that'll be airing at 4 o'clock. We don't want to watch that mess.
Good rebound there.
Anna Waddell lets it fly from outside. Can't get it to go, and Reese went over the back that time, and they're actually going to call a travel on Amanda Nelson. Okay.
You know, and you know, we were just talking about that a while ago about the jump stop. Well, that, you know, she never attempted to get up. She didn't move. So, you know, I don't think that should have been a travel because there was no movement.
Ellie Callahan going one-on-one with Hopkins. Had an advantage, just couldn't get it to go. So 4 of the starting 5 out there as Mullins is up and good for Coach Thomas. Emma Gleason into that mix. Coach Nunn wants to take a 30-second timeout. We'll kind of catch our breath here for a second. 8-4, Nets with the lead, and it was Gilmer jumping out to the 4-0 lead, and then this 8-0 run by the Nets really spurred on by those 2 big threes from Hopkins.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's where I think Pickens, they are three-point shooters. I mean, that's what they live and die by. And once you start making some three-point shots, that really either catches you up or pulls you away very quickly.
And, of course, we mentioned that Hopkins is a prolific three-point shooter. And, you know, there are some other Dragonettes that can hit threes, but she's the main one. And so you got to make sure you keep an eye on her and a hand in her face if you're the Lady Cats.
And, you know, the Lady Cats have missed a couple of shots in the paint. And that's something you know that we typically don't see from them. But, you know, I mean, like us, they're not really used to playing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Bad pass that time. Hey, what a catch right there from our scorekeeper. Well, shout out the folks down there keeping the books. And Nelson left open from outside, and she drains it.
And, you know, we talked in the tournament about how Amanda was always a defensive specialist, but she has really turned on her scoring this year.
Another battle for the loose ball, and Lady Cats end up with it this time. Reese with the shot, a little strong. It's Eliza Chastain, the freshman, who saves it. And we're down on the floor again. It'll be, you guessed it, another held ball. This time possession arrow stays with the Nets.
I guess you could say both teams are very, very scrappy. Don't mind hitting the floor.
You mentioned Eliza Chastain, the freshman, in for Coach Nunn, and they see a bright future for her as a ball handler and point guard, as a youngster similar to what Fannin has gotten out of Courtney Davis up the road. They would love for her to fill that role. Bella Hopkins from outside missed it this time, but rebounded.
Yeah, I think her strength is really on the left-hand side. She'd moved over to the right.
That time, though, faked the three and drove to the basket. Had a good look, just couldn't get it to fall. Ellie Callahan all the way this time, and she's going to be fouled by Caroline Mullins.
You know, I mean, honestly, we're 3 fouls, and we're a minute and a half from having the first quarter over, so that is good news for both teams.
Ellie Callahan up and good. Been a while since Gilmer had a bucket, down now 11-5.
And they've had a little drought. You know, Pickens, they just really love to spread out, and that was such a good look down the lane there for Emery Bryant. That was a really good pass.
Mark Reese ran into a trap that time and dribbled it out of bounds. So 13-6 the score here. As we mentioned, Coach Thomas gets players in and out. Final minute of this first quarter. We want to thank our good friends at Shane's Rib Shack. They brought it to you. And you can go see them for all your needs, whether it's for a big football or basketball party, or if you just want to go in and grab a salad or a sandwich. Great place to go. Our friends at Shane's Rib Shack.
Emmy Moore there with 2.
Maddie Wright left wide open for the layup and can't get it, and sometimes you're too open.
That was a good find, though. Way to break the press.
Yeah, Junior just couldn't get that one to go. A lot of these players, this is their first varsity experience this year, and you can see there some jitters. Wright then, after missing the layup, picks up the foul. Nice screen, leaves Moore open, but she can't get it to go, and then they're going to get a foul, I believe.
Something going to be on Amanda Nelson. Well, we just talked about not many fouls, and, man, they're just coming right on them.
Happens every time. Final 20 seconds of this first quarter.
Makes you wonder if they're going to go for one shot here or if they're going to take the best shot.
No shot at all. Travel.
Nope.
Very, very sloppily played, first quarter. They'll try to get that under control.
So 2.5 seconds here, see if they can get a shot off.
They'll be looking for Ellie Callahan. See, turns it up. Maybe had one more dribble, but couldn't get it to go. So after a slow start, the Dragonettes take control 15-6 the score. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, LJ, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
15-6, our score here inside the cage at Gilmer High School. We appreciate you joining us in every way that you might be. We also appreciate the cooperation of the Gilmer High School AVT organization. That is the Audio Visual Club here at the high school. We're also streaming live on their YouTube channel, so GHS AVT, and they're helping us with some camera work today. Nice little move to the bucket by Amanda Nelson there. So Coach, talk about the way, we mentioned this briefly during the tournament, that Coach Nunn and her staff are using Ellie Callahan. She is the tallest player on the court by a couple of inches, yet we've seen her on offense and defense as a perimeter player. And certainly she has the capability to drive and facilitate, but talk about that versus using her down low as a traditional post player.
Well, she has the size of a post player, but then she has the skill level of a guard. And that just creates tremendous matchup problems for other teams when they run her out there as a guard. If they want to play a man-to-man defense, it really puts a strain on somebody to match up with her.
Yeah, and the game has really become more of an inside-out game than, it has in the past. We see much more perimeter shooting, especially, with this press having her length at the top. And we see Coach Heiss employ that with Lewis Mulkey for the boys' side, too. And so it makes for some interesting matchups for sure.
The only truly disadvantage is that she is not in good rebound position offensively or defensively from playing on the top, but from a skill level, that's a mismatch.
How about Eliza Chastain there, the freshman, popping the three? The Nets win the battle back down the floor, but quick hands from Brooke Wilson there takes it away. And Gilmer with a little run of their own here, trailing by 8, and Callahan will head to the free throw line.
And I think the pressure from both teams, I think it's hurting them. They're not getting into their offense. A lot of held balls, which really goes as a turnover. So it's accomplishing what the coaches want it to.
Amanda Nelson picks up her second foul. Callahan misses her first free throw of the day. A couple more substitutions. Emma Gleason back in, Bella Hopkins back in.
I know Coach Nunn, I've known her for years, and every year we always talk about it. but she really puts a lot of emphasis on free throws.
Good job of trapping by the Lady Cat defense, and Coach Thomas will be forced to take a timeout. So good defensive possession by the Lady Cats. We'll take a timeout with them. 6:16 left here in quarter number 2.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
17-10 our score here. The Lady Cats have made a little bit of a run, but it's the defensive pressure that seems to be causing problems this time, but the Nets are able to break it and end up with a turnover anyway. So Lady Cats trying to create offense with defense here as they look for a scoring opportunity. Good pass down low and the foul by Carmen Mullins.
Looks like Pickens out of that timeout changed their defense a little bit, went to man-to-man. You know, Ellie Callahan and Brooke Wilson, the only two that have scored for Gilmer tonight.
Eliza Chastain hit that three a minute ago. We did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right
Yeah,
there.
I missed that. Yeah, that's true. They've got 3.
It has been slim to none, as you mentioned, on the scoring. And that's one of the things, you know, and I don't know what Coach Dunn can really do about it, where you find offense with Callahan not on the floor. And we see a turnover there by Hopkins. She didn't like it. I love Coach Thomas, too. You know, that's a very frustrating turnover, but all he says is, hey, let's execute, claps his hands, and moves on.
Well, when you run a press, you know you're going to get some turnovers and you're going to get some steals. But, and so it goes the same thing, you know, when you're trying to break press. But you do want it to be kind of an unforced. I mean, you don't like those unforced where you feel like that they didn't really have that advantage.
Callahan with 2 offensive rebounds, and she'll head back to the line. So even though they're not scoring, Gilmer is at least getting the Nets in a little bit of foul trouble here early. That's going to be on
Emery Bryant,
yeah, Bryant.
her first.
Yeah. 2 on Nelson, 1 on each of the Mullins sisters, and 1 on Bryant for the Nets. And for Gilmer, 1 each for Maddie Wright, Anna Waddell, and Ellie Callahan.
And I tell you, you know, for the Lady Cats to be successful, you know, Ellie's going to have to hit those offensive boards because good things happen.
Emery Bryant snuck behind the press that time, and they didn't see her. Gilmer being very aggressive with those traps, and they're causing all kinds of problems.
And I'll tell you, when Coach Thomas had to call that timeout a while ago, that was the best they have looked, you know, getting 2 strong traps. And they were in trouble. I mean, they were really in trouble of getting a 10-second count.
Good move by Lark Reese. Oh, nope, can't get it to fall, but it will stay with the Lady Cats.
And, you know, and I'm going to mention again, Lady Cats have missed a lot of a lot of shots in the paint, and that is that'll come back to haunt you too. Oh, what a great inbounds play!
So Reese finds Wilson under the basket, and that's really, you know, one of the hardest places to complete an inbounds play. And Gilmer now only down 3. They're going to get Eliza Chastain, I believe, over the back that time, just kind of running into the Dragonette player.
You know, we're kind of seeing a pattern that we saw in game 1. Just and I mean, in basketball it's a game of runs, and I mean, Pickens had a streak where they rolled off a lot of points, and now the Lady Cats have scored, you know, 8 straight.
You know, really a matchup of adjustments. Bella Hopkins hasn't gotten a shot off. She was over there in that corner, kind of open. They're going to get. Let's see what they call that time. Charlie Poteet would be called for the foul, but you would have really, really liked to see her get another couple of opportunities from outside, but you could also credit the Lady Cats for adjusting and closing out and taking away those shots. Mullins with a good little move.
She's real strong going to her left.
Gilmer does a good job breaking that press, and that time just a bad pass intercepted by the older Mullins sister. You can see Gilmer just kind of looks lost without Ellie Callahan on the floor, even though they're doing a great job defensively. Got move out front to Lark Reese. She stops, puts it up, and finishes. Good move by the senior.
That was a great move to let the defense kind of go by her.
She can be a little strong around the basket, but she always seems to be in the right position. Does the senior. Defensive foul called there. I believe that time they got Lucy Ray, number 34.
No, I believe he called that on
they
Carmen
did?
Mullins.
Okay, that was an offensive foul that time. Okay. A little confusion, at least by the commentators. By one of us, at least.
Oh, what a steal by Caroline.
So I don't know if you call that a steal, really threw it right into her hands, lays it up, and one opportunity. Well, I believe it was that Chastain they called the foul on there.
Yes, that'll be her second.
Yeah, Mullins starting to heat up now. Certainly something you don't want if you're Coach Nunn and this Gilmer staff, and misses the free throw, rebounded by Callahan. Strong move to the bucket, can't get it to fall.
Right there, perfect give and go.
And maybe even more importantly, if you're Gilmer, that's another foul on Mullins. That's number 2.
And, you know, she felt like she went straight up and just kind of did the same thing on this end, just went up and took the ball out of the air, but Coach Thomas is talking to the official about that too.
He does a good job of explaining to the official, you know, what's a foul and what's not a foul. Really in-depth explanation over there. One of 2 from the line for Lark Reese. Coach Thomas, really building a reputation for himself as a solid coach, of course, went into the Elite 8 last year in 4A. Bella Hopkins left open, knocks it down. And of course, the Nets, along with every other Pickens program, will drop down to 3A next year in this new super region alongside Gilmer.
Well, I tell you, I was told that possibility those regions will be realigned again.
Yeah, so, wow. Good pass that time down to Lark Reese. Yeah, if you keep up with the things going on in the GHSA, a lot of the single A private schools withdrew and went to the GISA, and that caused a meeting of the realignment group, and they passed a motion last week. So a lot of teams changed classifications again. Pickens and Gilmer both stayed in AAA, but especially if you're watching this and you're a Fannin fan, Lucy Ray left open, finishes that one. Every team in Fannin's region, except for Model and Gordon Central and Pepperell, jumped down to single A from double A. So Chattooga will be a single A school next year. Also, I'm trying to think of the other team that jumped down to single A, but maybe the most interesting double A school that jumped down to single A was Rabun County. Rabun County now a single A school. Callahan finishes that one.
Great sideline inbounds play right there.
So as you mentioned, those things could move all around. It will only affect single A, double A, and triple A, but.
Well, Pickens and Gilmer both appealed to change regions, and they were both approved, but I think they're talking about realigning several of the regions again, so.
Foul that time. I don't know who they got. Maybe it was Callahan.
Yeah, it was on Ellie.
That's her second. I for one, am glad that I am not employed by the GHSA over the last few weeks. They have had their hands full, and, you know, they have to really make decisions and then enforce those decisions pretty quickly, because you have to start preparing for the next calendar year and making schedules and all those things. Another held ball that time. And
a good block by Caroline Mullins right there.
Here in this Dairy Queen second quarter, this has turned into a really, really good ball game. The Nets still lead by one, 24-23. Exciting matchup here, as we thought it would be. Callahan fouled by Emery Bryant there. I believe that's who they're going to get.
Be her second.
Gilmer will be in the bonus the rest of the way. That one, of course, a shooting foul. Missed a few of those free throws.
I'll tell you, when you're in a close game and you look at missed free throws, it just kind of makes you sick to see those misses go on the board.
That one up and good, so 9 points now for the senior.
So that ties it up. So that big lead the Nets had accumulated is gone.
See, the Lady Cats have had this one circled since last week. This, as we mentioned, is the Hall of Fame game. It's, you know, their chance to avenge that loss and gain some bragging rights back. And, ooh, Ellie Callahan almost got a foul, and then they'll get it as Nelson gets into the lane.
Laura Cruz, that's her first one.
Just over a minute left here. 24 all is our score.
Coach Thomas, just like Coach Nunn, really wants to see those free throws made.
A lot of 1 out of 2s going on. 6 points now for Amanda Nelson in her senior season. Gilmer once again does a great job breaking the press, but Pickens traps down there, and they are going to call a foul, and the Dragons fans are none too happy about it.
It's going to be Caroline's third foul.
And that's why they're not happy about it. You knew that was coming. Somebody made a comment about the bloody nose. You just can't catch a break if you're an official.
This will be Charlie's first attempt here.
Poteet in her junior season. As we mentioned, these are players that have been on the varsity roster but really have not had a lot of playing time and been sort of forced into bigger roles. And that one rattles in, front end of the 1-and-1. $25 apiece now. And 2 for 2, so it's the Lady Cats with the lead.
They need to
Marquise open, and you talk about 5 players converging on one.
They did a good job of kind of getting under control because it was kind of chaotic, and they slowed down enough to get under control and get a good shot.
So it looks like in all that there was a foul called. Going to be on Waddell.
So 37 seconds left, and
we got some confusion here.
Yeah.
So that is indeed foul number 6. So that'll send Pickens to the line for the front end of the one, or for a 1-and-1. That rule new, of course, last year.
I think everybody's kind of running a little slow today.
So So both teams now with the 1-1.
This puts Emma Gleason on the line. She's scoreless today.
That one, oh, friendly little roll. It's funny, watch all the players. They have their own little routine at the free throw line. She goes with the high bounce, a little spin.
Sometimes I think they can get a little too much focus on their routine instead of on what they need to do. Good job by Ellie Callahan.
Offensive boards, as you mentioned. So Gilmer here with a 2-point lead. Final 15 seconds. Amanda Nelson left open from 3. She knocks it down. Final few seconds here. See if Gilmer can get a shot off. And a foul by Gleason right before the buzzer.
That's, you know, players have to be aware of what the clock time is and just be smart. You don't want to make a foul, especially when you're at almost half court.
Especially, too, you know, they had just hit that 3 to take the lead, and now.
So what's going to happen is they can't shoot free throws with 0 on the clock, so they're going to put 0.3 of a second back on.
We have to send a shout out down there to Mallory Kaiser too. She showed up to watch the game and enjoy the Hall of Fame ceremony, and they said, by the way, you're running the scoreboard. Welcome here. And so she's done a good job. Got the 0.3 of a second back on the clock.
And what that 0.3, you know, supposedly the only thing you can do is tip it back in. You don't see many girls tip it back in.
So now they only gave her 1 shot, but I believe that
it was a 1-and-1.
Okay, so anyhow, that will finally do it. A wild back and forth affair, but we'll head to halftime 29-28. Dragonettes with a 1-point lead.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Hope Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Hope. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Hope Blue Ridge.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Hope Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Hope. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Hope Blue Ridge.
I'll be seeing you.
You know, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
29-28, our score here. The Dragonettes with a 1-point lead off that big Amanda Nelson three-pointer right before halftime. Jeremy Green here with Donna Enos, and he's not on headset, but we do have not only a special guest beside us, but a legend. A Hall of Famer indeed. Dell Land has joined the broadcast. He'll be emceeing the Hall of Fame ceremony right after the conclusion of this game.
I know everybody's looking forward to that. Big section roped off for the Hall of Fame people and their families.
Yeah, they're over enjoying a fancy dinner right now while the rest of us are here. You can tell that Gilmer has done a lot of work in practice on ball movement. It seemed like in the tip-off they would get a little stale and trying to figure out where to go with it. And just great movement here so far.
Well, you know, I mean, that's what I always say about that tournament, why it's so good is, I mean, you get so much improvement from game 1 to game 3, and then you're ready to hit the floor running.
Anna Waddell with her first bucket of the game, and it's a 3 to give the Lady Cats a lead. There's Dell Land. Caroline Mullins out there. She makes a strong move to the bucket. She's up and good. Of course, playing with 3 fouls. We'll see how Coach Thomas manages her minutes here in the second half. It's one of those things, and Coach, I guess we can ask you how you handled that when one of your star players gets in foul trouble. Are there some kids that you trust more than others? You have to just let them play through it, or how do you handle that?
Well, I mean, you have to work with those kids and help them learn how to, you know, play with fouls. And, you know, and as a coach, you need to protect them, too, in the first half. And, you know, if they're being really aggressive, just pull them out and protect that third foul. But it's just, you know, it depends on the individual player.
And once you get to the fourth quarter, sometimes all bets are off.
That's right.
Turnover that time by the Nets on the inbounds, and they're going to call.
They can't make up their mind what they're going to call. I don't like that. I mean, if you're going to blow your whistle, you need to know what to call.
It looks like they are going to call a held ball instead of the foul. I think if anything else, it was no whistle there or a foul because there was some contact on the arm. I didn't see held ball.
Well, I don't think either one of them had a good angle at it, so. That's not good. That's a foul on Ellie Callahan.
She's not sure what she did. Neither are we.
When they start trying to set those screens, a lot of times, a little bit of movement and contact, and those officials will watch for it on the inbounds.
And the big news there, that is foul number 3. So that's 3 on Mullins, 3 on Callahan. Speaking of Mullins, how about that 3 from downtown?
Well, I tell you, that was
Caroline.
a pretty shot right there.
So starting to heat up. Oh, great pick that time from Amanda Nelson. That's going to give Bella Hopkins a layup, and she's up and good. So nice little run here by the Nets. That's 11 points to lead all scorers for Bella Hopkins.
I tell you what, they made some adjustments on their press at halftime and come out and really, I mean, this made a difference.
Going to get Charlie Poteet on the reach in from behind there. She's had a really, really good game, junior guard.
That'll be her second there.
Yeah, Coach Nunn wants a timeout, so she'll take it on the floor. We will take one with her. Good run from the Nets, 36-31.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
Dragonettes here with a 5-point lead here in this Bill Holt Chevrolet Blue Ridge third quarter. Of course, our good friends at Bill Holt Chevrolet, even when there's a football game and a basketball game on TV and it's a busy Saturday, they will sell you a vehicle. I have confidence. You might even get the full attention of a sales associate up there at Bill Holt Chevrolet. What do you think, Coach?
Oh, I think so. Stay late even if you're going to buy a car.
That's right. Tell you, the Dragonettes really, as you mentioned, made some adjustments at halftime, and offensively and defensively, they are rolling up and down the floor.
And I think we're talking about foul trouble. I think that's going to come down and factor into this game. You've got 2 of your main scorers.
Caroline Mullins right into the middle of that Lady Cat zone. Couldn't get it to fall and picked up a foul, so good job, but didn't work out. This one will be on her sister.
And that's 3 on her.
Yeah. The Mullins sisters bound and determined to use their full allotment of fouls as a family. I feel like since there's 2 of them, they should get an extra, don't you think?
Yeah.
You get, 11 between the 2 of them. So whoever picks up that extra one. Mark Reese that time really kind of confused from the start there and ends up dribbling that one out of bounds.
Nothing good happens when you go to the sideline against a press. You got to stay in the middle of the floor. The Dragonettes, I feel like maybe are showing a little bit more patience at times than they did last year.
Carry that time called on Caroline Mullins.
There have been a lot of turnovers today.
A lot of whistles, too. That is Moore back into the game, number 3. Another young player for this Dragonettes team. Lucy Ray, nice little turnaround. Can't get it to fall. Callahan with the rebound. Can't get it to fall either, and that one will go out of bounds.
Pickens has nobody that can match up with Callahan on the block down there. In experience or size, either one.
There you see exactly what you mentioned. She just gets a free shot and one opportunity. That's going to be a foul on Bella Hopkins,
I'm going to tell you, I was wondering when they were going to call that hand check. They cannot have that hand on that hip just riding them down through there. And I saw it a while ago on the press, and I saw it right there, and I just really wondered how long they were going to let that go.
So Callahan now with 14. As we mentioned, Cream rises to the top in these games, so it is Hopkins, Mullins, and Callahan leading the way in scoring, and that's going to be another ticky-tack foul on Amanda Nelson, I believe. That's one that's, she'll look and say, I can't believe I did that.
Well, and, you know, I really try not to say anything against the officials, but you're just not sure what they're going to call today. And these kids need to know, I mean, you know, you need to establish how it's going to be called and stay with it.
And I think, you know, this is, you know, not to attack officiating, as you said, but when all of the best players in a game are in foul trouble, that's probably been a poorly officiated game. Because now you have Amanda Nelson, Caroline Mullins, and Ellie Callahan all in foul trouble, and that really affects the outcome of the game.
It does. And both, yeah, I mean, you know, there's contact on both sides, and sometimes they let it go, sometimes they don't. And I know that as an official, if there's an advantage gain, that's when you call it. But there's been a few calls that there's been no advantage, and there's been some that's been no calls that have been an advantage. So
Lucy Ray normally in the starting lineup for the Lady Cats out there now. We did see that change to put Anna Waddell, try to get a little more quickness and guard play in at the beginning of the game. But that's on Amanda Nelson. That's number 4, Coach.
And I'm going to tell you what, I mean, you know, that's how you teach them to play defense. I mean, her hands were straight up, and I just don't understand. I guess he says she got her with the body, but.
So that's 4 fouls now, and we'll take a break to tie some shoes.
I feel like that's really a tough break on Amanda Nelson because, you know, she was just, I mean, she was in great position.
As we mentioned, this is a busy Saturday championship weekend in college football. Great pass from Callahan to Reese right there.
I'll tell you what, you could tell those two have played together a long time. That was perfect.
And look at there, we are tied again. So with the frenetic pace going on, Coach Thomas wants to take a break. He's going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. We are all tied, 36 apiece.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So they'll break the huddle here. Coach Thomas with some words of encouragement. I think probably a level of frustration with the Nets. A lot of quick whistles here, and you've got a couple of your really good players in foul trouble, and so just kind of take a breath and reset.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if he changes defense. He was playing man-to-man defense, and you tend to get a few more fouls in man-to-man than you do in zone. So it'd be really interesting to see what defense he goes to with that.
Bella Hopkins rises and fires. See, that's a great luxury when you just send her out there and say, let it rip.
Yeah.
And more often than not, she's hitting those shots. That gives her 14 on the day as well. Gilmer, though, relying a lot more on the two-point game, points in the paint, and that time Reese and Callahan fought over the rebound, and Mullins ended up knocking it out of bounds. Inbounds play here, we'll see. They get it to Ray. She makes a strong move. Couldn't get it to go, and that one will be rebounded off of Reese's hands.
Gilmer staying in their press. And a lot of times, too, you know, we've been talking about foul trouble. A lot of times when you have a couple of players in foul trouble, you'll pull out of that press because you tend to get some fouls in the press, but both coaches kind of staying with it.
I think you've got to tell Ellie Callahan to stay out of trouble. Good move by Mullins there. Faked going one way, and oh, can't get it to go. But sister's there to help out. What's a big sister for?
That's right.
Pickens, little 5-0 run here, 41-36. I think if you're Gilmer, you can't afford to get behind by very much. You're not a comeback team. If you're Pickens, you've got the three-point shot, and you're a little better suited for that, but Lady Cats want to keep it close. Reese that time trying to do it individually, and Mullen shut it down.
Tell you what, you can see on Caroline's face right there, she was like thinking, don't foul, don't foul, and she did get her hand on the ball.
Great ball movement by the Nets, trying to get it over to Hopkins. She airballed that time, and Coach Thomas going to take another timeout. 30 seconds this time. We'll take it with him. 41-36 Nets.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
So Coach Thomas there took a little timeout to keep his girls out of trouble under the basket. Travel going to be called over
Took
there.
that one dribble and picked it up. That's another thing and that's a freshman that she's going to learn is don't pick that dribble up on the sideline right there after one dribble.
So you talked about these programs, Coach, and one of the things that since I've moved here, I've really noticed about Pickens, as you see Ellie Callahan with the three. Don't see her shoot those a lot, but that gives her 17 points. Pickens, of all places, really plays young players and develops them well. We saw Mackenzie Weaver, a 4-year starter. Caroline Mullins will end up being a 4-year starter. We see a lot of freshmen and sophomore players, they come out and immediately make an impact on varsity. Talk about how that development happened so early on.
Well, and it's good leadership from your upperclassmen too, to be patient with those younger girls. But that's just been something that that has always gone on. And another thing, girls are so much easier to put a freshman on the floor than it is with boys. The size difference and the strength difference with boys is not near as much as it is with girls, and girls kind of, I guess, maybe develop a little bit quicker than boys at that age. Callahan hits another three.
Yeah, she's quickly developing a three-point shot. That's 20 for the senior, and now Gilmer with the lead, 42-41.
But there's been a lot of girls making an impact as freshmen.
And here as a sophomore, Mullins with that cool little Euro step, just can't quite get it to fall. I think this Lady Cats team, though, and these players are a little older. Chastain is the freshman there. Lark Reese left open and just can't quite get it to fall, but Callahan with the rebound. Mullins ends up defensively with Emma Gleason out in front, but can't quite get separation. This Lady Cats team is growing up. These juniors who have really come off the junior varsity team and not played a lot are really, growing up. You think about Wilson and Poteet in particular. Eliza Chastain, the freshman, playing a lot of minutes.
I think one thing that helps them is they played for Coach Nunn for years. Coach Nunn has been so active in the middle schools and brought these girls along.
Callahan with the block. And going back to Pickens, that's one of the things you have to give a huge credit to is the middle school coaches. They're the ones that allow for that early development. So got to shout out the middle school coaches at both programs.
Well, I'm going to tell you, as a varsity coach, my success, the better middle school coaches I had, the more successful I was. And that's going to be on Lark, please. Yeah. But, I could look at my records and I could tell, when I had those really strong coaches in middle school, that translates into varsity success.
No over and back that time because it was tipped, but the buzzer will sound. So after three, Lady Cats with a 1-point lead, 42-41. Final quarter just around the corner.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
You. leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
So we are back. This game may be a little closer than people thought. I think that the way the Nets have been playing, that really played Fannin close and Calhoun close, this would be a game that they really started to take shape in. But it's this Lady Cat team who's really grown up kind of before our eyes, and they hold the lead heading into the fourth.
Well, I can tell you from experience, it is hard to play the Lady Cats in this gym. It doesn't matter how good or how bad, they're always going to play Pickens close here.
And they will play again in January down the road and at Pickens. It's so funny, you know, you and I are, wow, that was a great bucket. I believe that was Carmen Mullins that time. She's got 6. You and I get to watch these games, and, you know, we pull for both of these teams. And, you know, I'd say, well, Coach Enos coached at Pickens. She's certainly out there rooting for Pickens. You know, we get to know all these coaches and all these kids, and we want them to do well. And so at least for me, you're kind of sitting on pins and needles in these close games saying, man, I don't know what's going to happen. That's a foul on Lucy Ray, her first. If you're like me, you live on the county line, you kind of get to know and love both of the programs. And so we're hoping for everybody to win their region and everybody to make it to the Final Four and all those things. Great ball movement that time, and Mullins finishes.
Well, you know, and I'm good friends with both coaches, and you want to see your friends succeed. Yep, that was a charge.
So Ellie Callahan stood there for about 5 seconds and drew that one. And Mullins did pass the ball, but
just got to stop when she does it.
Yeah. So that's going to be the 4th foul on Carmen Mullins. And there's going to be a 30-second timeout on the floor. Dragonettes with a 3-point advantage.
No.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
So we're getting to the nail-biting section of this game. About 6:50 left in the contest. 45-42, the Nets with a 3-point lead, and everybody sort of tensing up a little bit. Got to get this ball in if you're Lark Reese, and she finally does and gets the 5-second call. You can see the hesitation there, and you know that's a tough break. We've seen a few of those in this game.
Yeah, and that, I mean, it's just good defense, but you know, you don't want to have a 5-second count on the side like that. You've got a lot of room to make a move and get open. Well, Pickens has 3 girls on the floor with 4 fouls, so we'll see how long.
A foul on the floor that time. If that's Callahan, that'll be her 4th. Oh, they're going to get Lark Reese. Okay, that'll be number 3 on the senior. So as you mentioned, Amanda Nelson and Mullins, both Mullins sisters out there with foul trouble. Fake the 3 that time. Amanda Nelson's going to take it, though. Up and good.
I think that's probably her most improved area is her outside shot.
That one knocked down, and Lucy Ray going to pick up the foul, trying to rip it away from Nelson. She very quickly picks up 2 fouls.
Well, one thing about it was since they changed that the bonus rule, the 1-and-1 rule, it has, sped up the game some. Not shooting so many free throws, resetting those fouls at the end of every quarter. So if they would spread the floor out, they've got 4 people really bunched right there.
That one thrown out of bounds, but it will stay with the Nets.
Heads up by Emma Gleason not to touch that, let it go by.
By the way, that has to be one of the coolest nicknames in high school sports. Not the Lady Dragons. That wouldn't be a nice thing to say. You're the Dragonettes in Nets basketball. I mean, it works out perfectly. Do all kind of cool logo stuff with that.
Yeah.
Of course, with the popularity of, let's see, Lark Reese up and good. Dragons now on TV shows and things like that. Maybe you'd like to be that.
Well, this is going to come down. I mean, there's not going to be anybody pull away, I don't think, in the last 5 minutes here.
Yeah, it seems like that Pickens wants to every now and then, but then Gilmer will go on a run. Last time it was those 2 big threes from Callahan, and bad pass that time from Reese.
Well, you talked about kind of the Gilmer and their offense in the tournament, a little just not in sync. And I think the Dragonette offense has not been quite in sync today.
Turnover there by Mullins.
So they are back in their man-to-man, and so that's interesting with the foul trouble that they're going to do that.
So they're going to call a push on the floor. That's going to be on Hopkins.
I saw that happen, and I wondered how they were going to go with that one. There's a little bit of movement on both ways there.
So Carmen Mullins back in with those 4 fouls.
And this is, as a player, you'll mature right here if you learn how to play with that foul trouble. I mean, and this is a good game to do it in. I mean, it's a non-region game, but it's the big rivalry game. Then, so, you want to play smart.
You'll notice another adjustment that Coach Nunn has made here. Great little move by Brooke Wilson to the basket. I tell you, you really have seen, we talk about these kids growing up, in the tournament, I don't think that we would have seen Wilson and Poteet making those moves, those individual plays. Look at Chastain with the steal, and they're going to get Mullins on a foul. I'm not sure about that one. Looked like she hit the ball, and the ball hit Chastain in the face. I think that is going to be her 4th.
Yeah.
That's her 4th, so that is now both Mullins sisters with 4 fouls officially. And that'll be a shooting foul as well. Okay. Eliza Chastain, the freshman. What I was going to say, the adjustment that Coach Nunn has made is she's brought another guard in and has Callahan now playing in the post almost exclusively. And then defensively with this zone look, she's down there at the bottom as well.
Well, that'll help with rebounding. And, and as much as Pickens plays outside, probably help her with a little foul trouble too. So good move by Coach Nunn.
And there's Caroline Mullins saying, doesn't matter what defense you throw at me, I'm going to hit shots. Getting buckets is number 32. A lot of contact, no foul. Good job by the officials to let them play through that. Wilson had another good look at it, but couldn't get it to fall.
A little off balance there.
Hopkins left out there. She doesn't shoot it, though, and with about 3:40 left. It's a 4-point lead for the Nets.
Coach Thomas kind of slowed them down, wanting them to set up an offense and try to get some rhythm going here. That was not a good look. Good job by Gleason.
Oh, wow. And she's going to pick up, they call a held ball on that little rip away, but it will go to the Lady Cats anyway. I thought they were going to get her for a foul. Gleason comes in with so much energy, such a spark.
Mm-hmm. So he pulled out of the press. Now he's back in it. I guess to kind of slow things down.
Okay, Marcrease got to get more comfortable there. She seems a little frozen on these plays, inbounds, and these are the big moments. They rely on her in a big way. Got to get that ball in.
Amanda Nelson kind of taking a chance there with 4 fouls.
Yeah. You can tell, though, that Coach Thomas, when he sends them in, they're not scared. He's told them, look, if you foul, you foul. Please don't, but if you do, you do.
That's where you need your experienced players to be coming in here, handling the ball.
No whistle down there in that pile. Okay.
As quick as they were the first half, they really let that go there.
And somehow Caroline Mullins comes out of the fracas with it, and Mullins ends up with a 3. That one won't go. 4-point lead with 2.5 left. Getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Ellie Callahan rises and fires. That one's short. Long rebound goes to Bella Hopkins, but they're going to call Eliza Chastain with a foul.
Well, both sides of the scorebook I've got here, the foul columns are very marked up on both sides.
So see if we can get a final 2.5 minutes that are relatively clean here. Neither team in the bonus yet. We see the slowdown. This will go away starting next year with the advent of the shot clock in GHSA competition. I believe next year it'll be just in certain areas. Then the following year it'll be part of the game in every game. Nice poke away there from Callahan.
I was talking to an official the other night about it and talking about it coming into play next year. Good job by Carmen Mullins.
That's 10 for her. So Gilmer here down 6, got to get something going.
It's a good play right there.
Good defense
block,
from Mullins. I think if you're Coach Nunn, you might think about a timeout here. You're down 6 with 1.5 minutes left, and everybody's breathing pretty hard.
Well, if I were Pickens, and I could just, there's the timeout you were calling for. But that's going to be Ellie Callahan's 4th. Probably not the person she wanted to foul. But I can see Pickens, I can see the timeout here that he's going to ask them to slow it down.
Yeah, so full timeout taken on the floor. We will take it with them. 6-point lead for the Dragonettes. We'll be right back.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
We are back here. Gilmer hoping for a stop and a good run here, down 6 with 1.5 minutes left.
And as we've talked about, there's several foul trouble here. So it's going to have these players play smart here in the last minute.
So you see Coach Thomas taking the air out of it. Somebody's going to have to foul.
Need to shorten those passes up. You can't make long passes across the court.
So they're going to get a travel there before the foul. Wow. So Madison Powell called for the travel, and that'll brighten up Coach Nunn's outlook for a second. Coach Thomas telling Amanda Nelson to come out and defend nearly a half court. Thought maybe we'd see a three. Instead, Chastain trying to go up and under, and too small down there is the freshman.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. They just don't have a three-point threats out there when you get down like this.
So Chastain commits the foul.
I've got that as her fourth.
That will be into the bonus. Foul number 6 for the Cats. Caroline Mullins here can really help their cause, but she misses the front end, so Gilmer got to hit a three here to keep it going. Or no, they're going to opt for the quick 2. Can't get it to fall. That's probably going to just about do it. They're going to send Amanda Nelson to the line.
Well, they did a good job getting the offensive rebound and then could not capitalize on it.
This was a really well-played game by both teams, you know, and they both had little runs where it looked like they might kind of take off and run away with it, and kept fighting back. And looks like the Nets are going to pull away here, a couple of free throws away from it.
It's a good test for both teams, you know, still early in the season.
Missed free throws, though, a bugaboo. So Gilmer being given new life. That's going to be a foul, and that'll send Callahan to the line, and that'll send Mullins to the bench with 30 seconds left, or 15 seconds left, excuse me.
She kind of slid her hip over. I know she thinks she took the charge, but she kind of leaned into it.
Coach Thomas asking for an explanation.
So that's going to be 5 on her.
She's asking if she has to come out, and with 5 fouls, you do.
You know, she's had a really good game today.
She's not happy with that foul call, though, and you understand why. Yeah. Callahan's kind of charging in.
So she leaves with 10 points.
So just in case you're not watching the football game and watching this, I'm not going to tell you the score. I was just told it, but you might be recording, and I'm not going to say the score on the air. 22 points for Ellie Callahan, her best game of the year, I do believe, so far. Surprised that they didn't foul earlier. Let a lot of time run off the clock there. And that's going to be the end of the line for Eliza Chastain as well. I believe probably Anna Waddell will go back in the game in her spot.
And so there'll be 2 shots given here.
On the 8th foul.
And I know you questioned that in the first half.
Mullins knocks it down. She's going to end up with another great game. That's 13 points. And 14. So valiant effort by the Lady Cats, but they come up just a little bit short. Long 3 from Callahan, and that will do it. 55-49. The score, Dragonettes with a big road win against their rival. We're going to step aside. When we come back, it'll be a Hall of Fame ceremony here inside the cage.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking, let's go. You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
Welcome back inside the cage at Gilmer County High School. We're going to send it down to our own Dell Land on public address for tonight's Hall of Fame inductions.
School in 1977. He was a 3-year letterman in basketball and a 2-year letterman in tennis. In basketball, he made the sub-region all-tournament teams his junior and senior seasons. He was the team captain and most valuable player his senior year. That same year, he averaged 19 points and 11 rebounds a game. He set the record for most field goals in one season at 204. Lamar was awarded a full basketball scholarship to West Georgia College. As the West Georgia College team captain, he led the team to the NCAA tournament. Lamar was an academic All-American at the University of West Georgia in 1981. In tennis at GHS, his senior year, he won the region singles tournament and advanced to the state tournament quarterfinals. In 2021, the Atlanta Business Chronicle named Lamar the most admired CEO in his role with Mountain Express Oil Company. He has won the ExxonMobil Award for Excellence 6 years in a row, and he has made numerous financial donations to hospitals and schools, along with a donation of PPP to the Alpharetta Police Department. Lamar Frady could not be with us tonight as he is currently in quarantine for COVID protocols. Let's hear it for Lamar Frady. Next inductee is Don Mullinax. He graduated from Gilmer High School in 1975. While at GHS, he lettered in 5 varsity sports: football, basketball, baseball, track, and wrestling. He received the Huff Mosley Award in football his senior year. In baseball, he was awarded the best pitcher his junior year, and in 1975, his senior year, Don was the most valuable player on a team which won both the sub-region and region championships and made it to the Elite Eight in the state tournament. He had a pitching career ERA of under 1.5. Coach Ken Buffington stated that Don was the best pitcher he has ever coached. In track, Don was selected as the best runner in 1975. He was second in the region in the 880 and ran in the state finals. He also set the Gilmer High School 880 record in 1975. He earned a baseball scholarship to Georgia College and after his freshman year at Oglethorpe University. Don retired after a stellar career as a senior executive with the United States Department of Defense. He received the Presidential Rank Award for Meritorious Executive, which is the highest career award for a federal employee. Don could not be with us tonight because he is attending to a family emergency. But let's hear it for Don Mullinax. Our next inductee is Ann Sluter Gray. Ann played basketball and ran track all 4 years at Gilmer High School. In 1975, Ann placed 4th in the long jump in the Georgia State Championships. In 1976, she placed 2nd in the 880 at the Georgia State Championships. Ann set Gilmer High School track records in the 440, 880, and long jump. In basketball, she was a starter on the 1976 Lady Cats team that finished 4th in the state tournament. Ann joins her father, John, and mother, Shirley, in the Gilmer Sports Hall of Fame. Let's hear it for Ann. Our next inductee is Joby Ralston. In the support category, Joby Ralston is a 1994 Gilmer High School graduate. Joby played 4 years of football. He also played basketball for 4 years and was named Offensive Player of the Year in 1994. Joby is also a 1994 honor graduate of Gilmer High School. Joby has worked tirelessly to help Gilmer basketball players advance their skill sets and playing ability, which in turn benefits the GHS basketball program. He has coached Gilmer student athletes in travel basketball programs. He coached girls travel teams from 2001 to 2009. Since 2012, Joby has coached multiple Gilmer boys teams in his Young Guns franchise, and several of his players are wearing red Young Guns warm-ups tonight in his honor. He regularly attends GHS basketball games to support his players and gauge their progress. Coach Jordan Haas has fully supported Joby's efforts. Currently, Joby works for Shaw Industries as a plant manager in Calhoun, Georgia. Let's hear it for Joby Ralston. Our next and final inductee is Hyatt Tankersley. Hyatt graduated from Gilmer High School in 1964. He lettered in football 4 years and basketball 3 years. In 1963, Hyatt was named Football All-State Honorable Mention. Coach John Sluter remembers Hyatt as being an outstanding rusher and defensive back. Hyatt was recognized as the emotional leader on the Gilmer football teams during this period. While at Gilmer High School, Hyatt was an active member of the 4-H Club and the GHS High Y Club. As an adult, Hyatt coached the Gilmer Middle School football team for several years. He also coached Gilmer Parks and Recreation basketball teams. Hyatt has given of his time and talent to the boys and girls of Gilmer County. Let's hear it for Hyatt Tankersley.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
My name is Ella Callahan. I'm a post this year, and my role as a senior is to be somebody that the girls can look up to on and off the court.
My name is Laura Crease, and I'm.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Coach Ice, welcome back to the tip-off tournament. Tell us a little bit about you.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Hope Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Hope. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Hope Blue Ridge.
I'll be seeing you.
You know, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ETC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Hope Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Hope. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Hope Blue Ridge.
I'll be seeing you.
You know, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, LJ, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey. And enjoy the ride.
We are ready for game number 2 of our doubleheader. Pickens against Gilmer. We'll send it down to public address for the starting lineups.
Starting lineups for Pickens. Number 5, Jaden Stewart. Number 15, Colin Kellogg. Number 23, Caden Hampton. Number 25, Caleb Bryant. And number 31, Isaiah Williams. And now for our Gilmer Bobcats. At forward, 6'4", 10th grader, Britt Taylor. At forward, number 20, 6'7", Lewis Mulkey. Number 22, 6-foot guard, Noah Ballou. At guard, number 23, 6'3", Ethan Banks. And at center, number 34, 6'7", Cade Carter.
So there you have it, starting lineups for both teams. For Pickens, Jaden Stewart, Colin Kellogg, Luke Rogers, Caden Hampton, and Caleb Bryant. And for the Bobcats, familiar starting lineup, Britt Taylor, Lewis Mulkey, Noah Ballou. That's a change from other games, Ethan Banks and Cade Carter. So Tyson out of the starting lineup from our tip-off tournament for Ballou. They'll both get a lot of playing time. And for the Dragons, familiar starting lineup there as well.
As we're waiting on him to get ready for the tip, shout out to Piedmont Mountainside for working the concession stand for the Gilmer Booster Club today. A lot of those businesses help out both Gilmer and Pickens, and that's a huge help with these parents not missing a game.
We're already off to a better start than we were in the girls' game. The tip went well, went smooth. Of course, the Dragonettes with a big win over the Lady Cats earlier this afternoon, and there's our first attempt of the game, in and out from Lewis Mulkey, and the Dragons are off and running.
And the Bobcats, they're coming in with a 5-0 record, and they beat the Dragons by 6 in the tournament. So
looking to get even are the Dragons here today.
It was a really good game about a week ago. Enjoyed that alumni night in between games there. It was a big honor for those former athletes.
Yeah. Some new Hall of Famers crowned this evening. That'll be our first foul. It'll be on Stewart. So congratulations are in order to Lamar Frady, Hyatt Tankersley, Joby Ralston, Don Mullinax, and Miss Ann Sluter Gray, new Hall of Famers.
You know, and on that same note, I want to mention that next Friday night at Pickens, they're going to be dedicating the court to Coach Roy Cowart. They're going to name the court Coach Cowart Court, so you might want to be in attendance.
Yeah, a huge honor there for Coach. Good tip there from Cade Carter. So Gilmer with a quick 3-0 lead, and battle for the loose ball down on the floor, and Isaiah Williams up and no good. We saw him have a huge game during the tip-off tournament.
And, you know, as we talked about in the girls' game, you know, I feel like both teams kind of got better throughout the tournament. A lot of young kids got to play, especially for Pickens. So you just gotta take this early time to kind of gel together as a team.
Carter somehow ends up with that one and gets it up and in. So Bobcats off to a quick 5-0 lead. A lot of energy in the room.
Tell you what, we're seeing a lot of pressing going on by both boys and girls.
Another interesting development here in the game. Looks like Coach Duffy might have a new pair of boots on. That's the first time I've seen that particular pair of black boots. I don't know, maybe just got them shined up, but man, you know, what a time to debut new boots.
It's not even Christmas.
That's right.
Santa Claus must have come early.
That's right. So he got a fresh haircut, and Coach is living his best life over there as he brings his Dragon team on the road here against Gilmer. Jaden Stewart, we know he loves that shot, and that's the reason why. Up and good. As you mentioned, pressure defense, Gilmer breaks it pretty easily. They swing it out. Britt Taylor is left open, and they're going to call him for a travel, and that ball actually went in, looked like. So got to avoid that, especially when you're that wide open. That was great ball movement.
Talking about Isaiah Williams, he's starting in place of Luke Rogers today.
Yeah, I believe that I did mess up the starting lineups out. I looked out there because I just assumed Rogers would be in there. It's Caleb Bryant, not Luke Rogers, out there, number 25. And so my apologies. You just make assumptions about what the lineup's going to be, and you look out there and it's not them.
Pickens being very patient in their offense here.
Nice little step in from Ethan Banks, and he finishes with the layup.
You know, again, I mean, you just can't make those straight across court passes.
Good move from Kellogg. Not able to finish, though. Britt Taylor goes up and finishes. And Coach Duffy wants to take a timeout before this one gets away. It'll be a 30-second one, and we'll take it with him. 9-3, Gilmer.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
A quick timeout there for Coach Duffy. Not too animated yet. It's still early on. We will see it, though. Got the full bath-sized towel out there to make sure he doesn't get too much perspiration. He's got to be one of the more entertaining characters in our viewing area as far as coaches.
Yeah, he does put on a show.
And that is all part of the mystique and the persona that has done him so well over the years. You know, when they brought him in to Pickens, it was, you know, with the good move by Banks, but good job. I'm going to call that a held ball. Of a program builder, and I think he certainly has done that throughout his career. Of course, was at Dalton for a long time, and
yes,
has come here and done a really good job. And now, I think the thing that you know have to say about Coach Duffy, he can be a little gruff, and you know, so Isaiah Williams is up and good.
But those players play hard for him, and that's what you want.
Right, and you know, when you look out, and you know, all of the athletes in the school are out here playing. These same guys that are on the football team, you know, wide receivers are out here playing basketball as well. Caleb Bryant got smacked in the face that time and was holding his face, but happened to be still back there to get the ball, and he draws the foul on Lewis Mulkey. Good sportsmanship between Mulkey and Bryant there with a high five.
Caleb will get his first opportunity to put some shots in.
The aforementioned Luke Rogers getting ready to make his way in. Well, so we thought, maybe not.
I guess he's going in.
Going for the shooter.
Yeah.
Bryant 2 for 2. So this is a pretty big lineup out there for Coach Duffy. You've got Luke Rogers out there, Isaiah Williams, Jaden Stewart, probably about 6'2" as well. So all out there with Hampton and Camden Dunn. Yeah, we saw that last time. Tyson tried to split that double team and they didn't call a foul. That time they did call it.
Well, I mean, you know, the players, they ought to know. If you're going to reach, they're going to call it.
Did they get Williams for that one? Or
no, they got Hampton for that one.
Did get Hampton, okay. Saw the 3, couldn't see the first number there from the official. That's the first one on Hampton. Would have been 2 on Stewart, but it wasn't called this time. Well, that one rejected by
a big time block.
Ethan Banks passed the first time, took the shot this time. Glad he did. Big 3 there from Banks. That gives him 5 early on, and a steal and another bucket for Banks. That pressure from Gilmer really causing problems. Now Pickens able to break it, and they get a good look at the basket, but Williams throws it away off of his knee.
I'll tell you what, you know, you can't afford to let them have a big run because, I mean, Gilmer is really off to a great start this season.
Great individual play right there by Camden Dunn. Takes the ball away and then hits a layup. That was really big to stop the bleeding. That was a huge play from him. Banks left open again, drills it again.
You can tell that they played together because, I mean, that was just a matter of knowing where your teammate is, and a great pass to set up that 3. Could see that one coming too.
Lewis Mulkey there. And Coach Duffy, he said he wasn't animated before. Now he is. He is absolutely on fire. He's going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with him. 19-9, Cats.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
So Coach Duffy took a quick timeout to settle his troops down. Gilmer just all over it with this press, and so he's going to try to see if he can get Stewart to be a little more sure-handed with the ball, and ran into a trap there, but got it to Dunn. They want to break this press and set their offense up. Tell you, that was a good job breaking the press, but even a better job by the Gilmer defense.
Yeah. You know, when you go back and you look at this on film, you can just kind of see where the openings are and where you need to be. But it's kind of hard when you're in the heat of the battle out there on the floor.
Tell you, Ethan Banks' hot shooting, another thing that contributes to this. He went on a little 8-point run by himself for a second. And Britt Taylor will draw the foul underneath the bucket. See who they get. They're going to get Dunn. There is first. So you mentioned them playing together in the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Joby Ralston was inducted as in the support category, and he was inducted because he coaches this team on a travel ball basis, and so they play together, you know, really during the off season. And there may be 1 or 2 others that join them, but they have that little bit of extra time together. That makes a big difference.
It does. I mean, you know, knowing where, I mean, just you're used to them, and you kind of know what they're going to do and where they're going to be. And they mentioned that he works closely with Coach Heiss, and so, you know, when he's running the same thing that they're running during the season, it really does help.
So Luke Rogers went up for a strong move. Ball was ripped out, but grabbed the arm that time, did Taylor. So Luke Rogers has his first bucket. Free throw, we should say. 2 for 2 from the big man. Gilmer off to that hot start, though. Still only up 9. You want to keep your foot on the pedal if you're Coach Heiss here.
Well, at this point, they're doing a little bit better job than Pickens is about breaking the press.
Mulkey has that one rim out.
Good rebound by Stewart.
Big athletic move there from Caden Hampton. Hangs a little bit, puts it in. Good looking athlete is Hampton. That's going to be a foul on Stewart. Coach Duffy doesn't think so.
Well,
see if we can get a shot of that. That was a pretty big collision, but I think Stewart was moving just a touch. Okay. Replay not working right this second for us, but yeah, that was one of those that could have gone either way.
He was moving, but I felt like that he was squared up and he had the defensive position, but, you know, it's a judgment call by the official.
You hate to call that right in front of the coach, too, but, you know, whatever works. Camden Dunn left open for three and can't get it to go. Rebound by Mulkey, and Gilmer off to the races. Final minute of this Shane's Rib Shack first quarter.
Good help defense there.
Yeah, Kiker got trapped. It's going to be another held ball. Will stay with Gilmer.
So substitution here. Carter for Mulkey with 37 seconds to go.
Mulkey given some coaching over there on the sideline by Coach Heiss. Very emotional kid. Wears his heart on his sleeve. It's pretty brave to say an ugly word when your preacher's on commentary. We'll have a talk about that tomorrow. You know, we joke, these are all really great kids. We get to know them and spend time with them and be around them. And I can tell you on this court for both of these teams, there is a ton of personality both ways.
Oh, yeah. A lot of these kids are 2-, 3-sport athletes that work really hard all year long.
And, you know, in a lot of cases, too, we you know, I'm getting to be an old person now instead of a young person, so I know their parents as well, and you, of course, do as well, and get to build those relationships. And it's pretty cool, pretty enjoyable part of these events. 1 second left here in the first quarter. And once again, thank you to Shane's Rib Shack for bringing it to you.
This is going to have to be a tip.
And got it, got a good look at it, just couldn't quite finish. So after 1 quarter of play, 20-13, Gilmer with a 7-point lead.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
So Pickens with the possession here at the beginning of this second quarter, and Caden Hampton's going to draw a foul. We'll see who they get. Looks like it's going to be Ballou. No, it's going to be Cade Carter with the foul. That'll be first for the big man. One of the seniors on this team. Caleb Bryant out there with Luke Rogers. Rogers going to be called. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Mulkey that time.
It's one of those that look at could go probably either way, but it's 2 on Mulkey. right now.
Mulkey taller than Rogers, well, right about the same height, but Rogers with a big weight advantage. Wow, great job taking that one by Cade Carter, and he's going to dunk it. First jam we've seen here today, and big grin on his face, and that gets the folks here inside the cage up on their feet.
You know, I just never did want my players to make that really long pass because you just always run that risk of somebody tip it and go for a layup on the other end because you don't have any defense back there.
Camden Dunn quiets everybody down. Big bucket from him. He's a good-looking player as well.
He got a lot of minutes in the tournament.
Bad pass that time from Ballou. He had a huge game when these two teams played earlier. He's bailed out, and Ethan Banks left open. I'm surprised he didn't fire that one, but a great pass. Good decision to find Carter wide open underneath. This Gilmer team just making the right pass at every turn early on and playing really, really crisp basketball.
And I tell you, they really ought to battle for a region, championship or more, because they're just really off to a great start. So you hope to see them have a lot of success.
Yeah, Camden Dunn shot that one from Talking Rock and went in. That was a long three.
Dragons kind of got a little spark energy here.
Dunn trying to take Ballou off the dribble. Passes it off, and everybody resets for a second. Hampton able to get up over. A lot of contact there, no foul called. Thought they might have gotten Taylor.
We just go back to that off-season playing travel ball together. You can just see that the continuity that they have.
Luke Rogers picks up a foul. Coach Duffy not sure about it, but Ballou got down underneath and drew the contact. Misses the free throw. Gilmer dance team here tonight. It looks like they had a costume change, so we'll get some entertainment at halftime. Up and good for the second free throw is Ballou. That's 2 points for him on the afternoon. 25-19 our score here in this Dairy Queen second quarter. Of course, Dairy Queen locations in Jasper, Ellijay, and Blue Ridge.
Dragons been a little bit more patient trying to find an open person here. And when they run that press at that 2-2-1, I mean, they're getting everybody kind of bunched. If they could just get there, you get your offensive players spread out a little bit, you could break that.
Gilmer got the steal that time, but then passed too hot for Tyson, and so both coaches a little frustrated here with the way their teams are handling the press. James Tilley in the game now, along with Dunn, Rogers, Pike, and Hampton. Good individual effort there from Luke Rogers. A lot of contact, no whistle.
He was kind of triple teamed right there.
Rogers stole that one, but saved it out to Tyson. Mulkey down low to Carter. He's double teamed, but is able to get around it with that big body, and that gives him 10 points already.
Tell you what, the big men are having a game, aren't they?
Yeah, this is a center and forwards dream. Let the guards run back and forth on all that pressing, and you just hit layups.
Do you see how high Caden Hampton got up that time?
Yeah, Hampton's able, it really gets up and hangs, and does a really good job. Not one of the taller players out there, but definitely an athlete. But, no surprise there. This time it's Carter to Mulkey. Cade Carter with a little jumper up and good. How about that? Range from the big guy.
Tell you what, he's dropping it in.
Already a dozen now for Carter on the afternoon. And Pike's going to take it right to him. Nice little floater up and good. So back and forth we go. Coach Jordan Heiss wants to talk about it. His team's still up 6 with 3:43 left. We'll take the timeout with them. Cats with the lead.
I'll be seeing you.
You know, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
So after the timeout, everybody's quiet. Even everybody in the gym sort of took a collective breath. The game has been back and forth, and Sumner says, let's get them back on their feet. Rebound by Carter over to Mulkey, and he's up and good. T, that's the huge advantage you see with Gilmer. You know, not a huge height advantage. You've got Rogers and Pike, some big bodies, but it seems like position-wise and length-wise, they're really winning the battle on the boards.
They are.
That was a huge move from Rogers there, and that's going to be foul number 2 on Cade Carter. Rogers is that big body, Coach. He really just can kind of do what he wants to.
Tell you, he had a great last game there in the tournament against Fannin. He took 4 charges and just really kind of dominated that game.
I tell you, every time he shoots a free throw, I think there's no way that thing's going to make it. It's going to hit right off the front of the rim, and it just slides over the lip. Britt Taylor and Lewis Mulkey out for a breather with those 2 fouls. And that one was a little short. 31-24 the score here in the middle of the second quarter. Jeremy Green here along with Coach Donna Enos. A lot of stuff going on in the world today. Championship Saturday in football. There's a football game going on. I am not going to say the score, though, because some of you are recording it to go watch later as a travel called. Also, Park and Rec basketball going on. We've seen a lot of kids running around in jerseys. I know that there were a lot of games going on at the middle school gyms. And just a lot of stuff going on, but we're glad that you're with us. Whether you're watching us on ETC3, channel 403 in high definition, or on YouTube with the Gilmer AVT Club.
Another turnover against that press there for Bobcats.
Britt Taylor turned around and threw that one really hard. Couldn't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. Marcus Pike wins it. I think Tilly probably got away with a foul over the back there, but good no call by the official. Don't mind them getting a little physical early in the game. Luke Rogers with the 3-point shot, short. Cade Carter with another big opportunity here. Oh, I thought he was going to lay it in. Went up for the jam.
Didn't want to give up that opportunity.
Makes you really nervous with a player closing that there's going to be a serious injury. You're glad when they just let him dunk it.
Yeah.
Marcus Pike for 3, too strong that time.
Another opportunity.
This time just lays it in. Sorry, folks. He's here to win a game, not put on a show. How about 16 points for Carter in the first half?
I tell you what, that press is just killing them.
That time it's Sumner with his first bucket. And a foul going to be called. I think they're going to get Sumner. So he does something good, then does something bad. Coach Duffy having a conversation with Marcus Pike about that shot selection.
You know, I got here for the end of the boys JV game, and several of these kids were playing in the JV game. So he's got some of his young kids out there.
A ton of athletes on this team. I mean, there really are. You know, we mentioned all the wide receivers on the football team, and some of these kids are baseball players and play track and everything else. You know, really, really good athletes. I think they're just trying to figure out how to mesh them together. Taylor was there on the box out, and the shot was blocked, never made it. Rogers comes in, and it will go to the Bobcats. Talk about that. You know, you look down this score sheet. He's got a huge roster of players. How do you figure out when you've got all that athleticism, what the right rotations are, what the best combinations are, who plays well together, who passes the best, who handles the ball? You know, how do you figure that out?
That's what these early season games do for you, and just to see, you know, because some kids practice different than they play. I mean, some are what you would call gamers, and so you want to see what combination really does work well, and who can play under pressure. Because, I mean, no matter what, you can't simulate in practice what you're going to see on the floor during a game.
I think for Coach Duffy, you know, we've already seen so many different combinations. You've got different players out there. You know, I think Rogers is going to be a constant on this team, obviously. And he and Isaiah Williams seem to play well together down low. Oh, Mulkey and Williams run into each other. No call. Both are hurt. Hope they're all right. Foul on the floor. I believe they're going to get Britt Taylor for that.
And, you know, you're talking about having...
No, they don't. Kiker.
Kiker, yeah. Having Williams and Luke Rogers on there at the same time, I mean, that's a whole different look than sometimes when the new style of play is to play a lot of guards.
And, you know, we saw Jaden Stewart start, and he's a sharpshooter out there, but we really saw him have trouble with the press. We saw Kellogg out there to start the game, didn't really play that well. I think Hampton is probably going to be in there. You know, he's going to play a lot of minutes. Travel that time on Mulkey and didn't like the call. You know, and so we've seen Caleb Bryant out there. He's had some good minutes. We've seen James Tilley out there handling the ball a lot. Camden Dunn, you know, I don't know how you don't have him in the front of your mind, at least for your rotations. But so you've got all those pieces floating around, where for Gilmer, they're sending the same five out there, you know, all the time. How about that little drama to end the quarter? Caden Hampton with the big three.
I mean, that was just like he drew it up. I'm sure he practices that every day.
So we will head to halftime, 37-27, our score. Gilmer with the lead. We will come back and get you ready for the second half of play after our break.
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day, where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
I'll be seeing you.
You know, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day, where only the strong survive and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
And we are back 37-27 the score here. Bobcats with a 10-point lead. Would have been 13 if not for the sort of miracle shot by Hampton. Throws up the three at the end and gives Pickens a little bit of momentum.
I'll tell you, it looks a lot better to be down 10 than 13.
Great steal there from Jaden Stewart. Banks is going to go up and thought he was going to contest the shot, but he concedes the layup. Gilmer trying to break the press there, and they do a great job. They're going to leave Britt Taylor wide open, but pass just a little late getting there. Cade Carter too strong. Gilmer did exactly what they wanted to do, just couldn't finish.
I'm so surprised that wasn't a foul on Jaden Stewart. I mean, he went all the way over his back, but it's just it's a little bit different how they call guys and girls, I guess. Got the hand check in the girls' game, and then that was used his hand to climb his back there. But for Jaden Stewart, that's a good no call because he's got two.
Absolutely. Great pass and couldn't handle it.
That was a great pass, great look right there by Kellogg.
Like that kid's played quarterback before.
So see if Pickens can cause some turnovers, because Gilmer press really hurt Pickens in the first half.
Great ball movement from Gilmer. Maybe one pass too many that time. But, you know, really, they're just, as soon as it touches their hands, they're passing it off. Jaden Stewart says, let me just have this half, gentlemen.
I don't think that was what he meant. He got stuck down there, and but he got himself out of it.
Gilmer, though, very composed, and that's got to be a travel. Taylor got tied up and took 7 or 8 steps with it.
And, you know, that three at the end to bring it back to 10 now, I mean, now they've cut it down to 6. So that, to me, that was really a big shot. Mentally as well as on the scoreboard. Good back door there by Jaden Stewart.
Hampton found himself wide open, took a step forward and missed that one. I think he was just surprised to be that open. So Noah Ballou will handle the ball for this Bobcat offense. Britt Taylor takes the three, and that one is short, rebounded by Ballou out there. Somehow
hustle.
Gets it to Mulkey, up and good.
That was a good hustle to get that offensive rebound. And then they capitalized on it.
So a steal that time, and Kayla Bryant fouls Britt Taylor, and good sportsmanship again. That was a hard foul, but everybody shaking hands. See if that still goes on in the fourth quarter.
Did he call that on Caleb Bryant, or did he call that on Caden Hampton? Because it looked like he said 23 when he came over here. Did you notice that?
The foul was certainly on Bryant. I don't know who he called it on, but Bryant was the one that grabbed Taylor. So as the unofficial scorers, we're going to give it to him. We'll see if that looms large later. Pickens having trouble with that press again. Good job by Stewart to get it to Hampton. Hampton passes it off to Williams, and he draws the foul. We're going to get that on Mulkey. That'll be his third. The foul, they will say, was on the floor, so Mulkey will have to come out with three.
So looks like they're looking at Caleb Bryant, maybe got a busted lip or busted nose. Gonna have to go to the locker room.
So yeah, Caleb Bryant will head to the trainer.
Coach Heiss letting them know they've got a trainer on site, so that's good of him.
Jaden Stewart, little spin move, can't get it to fall. He is a really good-looking basketball player, is Stewart.
He's got a lot of skill.
Even got the compression sleeve. That left leg is in good shape. The right one, you know, we don't know. Caden Hampton got the same thing going. Style points are big. Luke Rogers left open on the inbounds play, can't get it to fall. Kellogg comes flying in, got walloped there, but no call.
Dangerous pass again.
Hampton does a good job of finding a little crease there in the middle. Up and good for him.
I tell you what, and he went up and over Cade Carter too.
Britt Taylor is going to be fouled that time. See who they get. That'll be done. Almost looked like Taylor was already slipping, but did make contact.
Notice the student section has the guys' pictures on it. Got them little signs made.
It's going to be a foul on Taylor. You know, we do have a smaller crowd here today. We mentioned there is a football game going on, so a lot of you are watching us on TV. One of the things about the small crowd, though, you can hear the coaches and who they're yelling at. And that was a little bit off target on that pass.
Good idea, just not good execution.
Quarterback would have made a better throw than that. Luke Rogers is a big target, though, so it's kind of, you rely on him to go up and get that one-on-one. I'm hearing some Roll Tide chants in my ear, so I assume that means it's a close game at least. A little nauseating, if I'm being honest, but, you know.
Surprised Cade Carter didn't take that shot as good a game as he's having.
That one just thrown away.
And they're going to stay in this press, and I don't blame them. I mean, they've just had so much success with it.
Caden Hampton's really been the press breaker, though. You know, he's able to get the ball and handle it, you know, confidently, and been in the right place at the right time. Dunn was hot in the first half. Called glass, I heard it, and that one's up and good. That gives him 11 on the day. 11 points for number 11, having a big game. And that has cut this lead to 5. You know, you really have felt like Gilmer's been in control, but this is a close ball game.
I mean, one little run away, but a good answer right there.
Yeah, Britt Taylor with a confident three. Once again, Hampton able to be open and fix that. They look like they found a little something there with that combination.
Three-point shot is a huge factor when you're down.
They get Carter. He did slap the ball, but he went over the back of Rogers, so that's going to be a foul on him, and that is his third. So both of Coach Heiss's big men have 3 fouls. See if he goes with a smaller lineup or how he handles that. That will be Carter out and Kiker in. So you've got Tyson, Kiker, Sumner, Taylor, and Banks out there. Got to figure out where the scoring is going to come from with that unit. Dunn with a nice rebound. Oh, point blank, can't get it to fall, but gets the rebound. Stewart for 3. Another shot for Pickens. And Dunn's going to let it fire again and still can't get it to go.
You know, I always say after 3 or 4 offensive rebounds, you really don't deserve to score, but they keep fighting. But, I mean, they've had every opportunity to score right there.
Yeah, 4 or 5 possessions there, and they still end up with it. 44-36.
Yeah.
Rogers found a mismatch down low against the guard, Taylor. Gets the bucket and the foul. That was a great find down there for the big man.
And truly, that's where they need to be going right now with this mismatch.
It's 3 fouls on Britt Taylor also. Chance to cut it back to 5. And up and good. I think Rogers is perfect on his free throws.
He's missed 1.
Oh, I'm sorry, missed 1. A good day for him there. While we have a second, I want to thank our third quarter sponsor, Bill Holt Chevrolet of Blue Ridge. Ethan Banks is going to rise and fire. He's up and good. So a big answer there 2 times in a row when it looked like Pickens was headed on a run. Baker's dozen now for Banks tonight. And there's going to be a foul. I believe they'll get Tyson on the little reach in. He's had a quiet night so far. It is indeed number 4.
So, okay, they were making a substitution and didn't wait to be motioned in by the official.
So it'll be Jackson McVeigh in for the first time today, the youngster. When both your big guys are hurt and you've got a guy that's about 6'7" or 8, that's a pretty good option there. I think he is a freshman, so probably played in that JV game as well.
Did.
Mom and Dad are sitting right beside us. And he immediately has to deal with Rogers there, and that's a tough one-on-one matchup.
And Luke Rogers, I mean, you know, really, if they'll feed him, he can take it over right here.
Foul on the other end. Going to go on Caden Hampton. I have him for 2, if that's what you have, Coach.
That's what I've got.
If we're on the same page, we're doing pretty good.
That is true.
Ethan Banks has had a huge game today with 13. He's really been rock solid, especially from the three-point line. Luke Rogers slaps that one out of the hands of Mark Tyson. That wasn't really fair. Tyson about 5'7", maybe 5'8". Rogers at about 6'7". Bad pass that time, taken away.
There's that little Euro step we talked about a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that's Caleb Keith in the game. He's going to be fouled by Kiker.
Kiker's second.
Marcus Pike getting ready to check in.
You know, if Pickens makes their free throws, it'll help get them back in a ball game, but got to make them.
Once again, this game has felt like Gilmer's controlled it, but they're only up 6 with 2:10 left in this Bill Holt Chevrolet third quarter.
And, you know, in that second quarter, Coach Duffy had benched several of his starters, so.
Rebound there by McVeigh. That is a tall freshman, no doubt about it. I don't have his height officially listed, but he's got, if Rogers is 6'6" or 6'7", he's 6'8" or 9.
He reminds me a little bit of that kid from UConn, I mean, not UConn, but from Gonzaga that's supposed to be the #1 player in the country.
They're going to call that bucket off and call a travel. But as we mentioned, Mom and Dad are sitting next to us, and they're both considerably taller than I am, and you are, and everybody else around us, so that helps. I tell you, the Gilmer folks are incensed after that travel on Kiker. They thought that was a travel on Keith, and I'm not sure that they weren't right.
Probably slid his foot just a little.
But ends up being a turnover, so no harm, no foul. Gilmer back in possession.
When they met a week or so ago, it was a 6-point game to finish it up. So
McVeigh that time couldn't handle the pass, but good steal from Sumner. Minute 15 left in the third.
You know, you just kind of feel like that if Pickens is going to make a run, they need to do it now while, you know, you've got 3 starters on the bench over there for Gilmer.
And if you're Coach Heiss, you're thinking, man, if I could ride out this final minute and leave both of my post players on the bench till the start of the fourth, I'd be in good shape. Banks with a good move, can't finish, and Camden Dunn comes down with that. They're going to call Kiker for the foul. Just held on a little too long.
That's going to be 3 on Kiker.
Coach Duffy continuing to send different players in the game. That's Caleb Lanford in now. And there will be free throws. That is 7th foul.
And I'm going to say again, if they're going to get back in the ball game, they need to be really good from the free throw line.
Especially in these 1-on-1 situations. It's a free point. And he does knock it down. Dunn's been rock solid today. That's a dozen for him. With region play coming up here pretty shortly, it's good to know who your reliable players are, and Dunn certainly seems to be one of those.
So that gets it back to 4.
Yeah, he'll get a break. Foul going to be called. I think they'll get, they're going to get Lanford his first. It's going to be either on him or Caleb Bryant. Still 2 fouls to give for Pickens.
So you really want to see that pressure come without, you know, fouls, and Gilmer really kind of got Pickens out of balance there, but Pickens recovered.
Banks looking for a shot. Good job defensively by Pickens, just shutting down the Cats at every turn. Sumner's going to rise and fire, though. Oh, in and out. Kiker follows with the rebound and the foul. That's his first basket. And it'll be a foul on Rogers.
And, you know, talking about Coach Heiss having several of his starters over here, they're going to be good and rested going into the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Same for Coach Duffy as well. He's got a lot of his starters sitting over there on the bench. Isaiah Williams still over there. Something on the court they're trying to get rid of. Caleb Bryant does the job for everybody.
.22 seconds left, and see if Kiker can stretch that lead a little bit.
Good job by Kiker. Great individual effort there. 50-43, the lead back to 7. Final 20 seconds of the third. Late whistle. They're going to get Tyson, I believe, or either Kiker. Not sure. It will be Kiker.
It's going to be 3 on him. And once again, I mean, you know, I just kind of feel like I'm a broken record right here, but the Dragons really need to take advantage here on the foul line.
Folks behind us didn't appreciate that foul call. Another missed free throw, Coach.
That's not good. I mean, when you're in a close game, you just got to make those.
Second one is good for Bryant. 3 points for him this afternoon. So Cats will try to get the final shot here.
Trying to get enough pressure that they don't get a good shot.
5 seconds left.
Gonna have to throw it up.
Banks almost gets it to go in. And that will do it for the third quarter. 50-44 our score. This has been a great ball game, and we know we have an entertaining fourth quarter ahead. Cats by 6.
I'll be seeing you.
You know, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
50-44 our score. Gilmer with a 6-point lead. This has been a really, really well-played game by both teams, but now it's time to separate. So one of these teams will pull away and go on a run here to set themselves up for the final couple of minutes. Jeremy Green here with Donna Enos. Want to thank our good friends at State Farm. You see no call there.
Good move by Rogers right there.
So Rogers with the bucket. Gives him a dozen. Specifically, we want to thank Chris Wong, your local State Farm agent in Ellijay. He's bringing you this fourth quarter. Britt Taylor from the corner, can't get it to fall. Mulkey there with the rebound, taps it to Carter. Kicks back out, great job by Rogers there defensively.
And, you know, it's like we talked about. I mean, they've been sitting there for about 3 minutes or so, good and rested. So the Dragons have cut it to 4. That's as close as they can get in the third quarter. See if they can get even closer here.
Lanford fires from 3, can't get it to fall. Battle for the rebound, and bodies go flying. It will stay with Pickens. So Carter's okay over there. There's a lot of knees and elbows flailing over there on that sideline.
Coach Duffy says that Lanford, he's pretty much a three-point specialist out there, kind of what you'd call a zone buster. Need to stay out of that corner. Another screen and roll by Rogers.
Couldn't finish that time. Coach Duffy a little exasperated. Tyson loves to dribble.
He's pretty close to a 5-second count right there. He wasn't making any motion to go to the basket.
Gilmer with tremendous ball movement in the first half, and now they've sort of slowed it down and taken the air out. And, you know, you understand with a lead why you do that, but there was such a good rhythm going. Going to get Rogers with the foul on the floor. Didn't look like a lot. That's going to be number 3 on him. Carter looking for some room. Hampton just reaches up, snares that ball out of midair, and he puts it up and in.
Okay, Carter went down hard. Looks like he kind of rolled his ankle when he went down.
So, yeah, so we're going to step aside while they check on Cade Carter. 50-48 the score.
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So we're back. Cade Carter was helped off the floor, not able to put any pressure on that right leg. So we assume it's an ankle or knee, like he was holding the ankle, but certainly our best wishes out to Cade Carter in his senior year. Went up to try to block that shot and landed awkwardly. You saw it better than I did.
Yeah. It's easy to step on somebody's foot or just, roll that ankle when you come down like that. Because there was like 3 people right there together, so.
Yeah, so they'll take him and have a look at him. So in the meantime, Gilmer has to sort of take a breath because they're only up 2 after that basket from Hampton. Got to get back up and play without your senior leader.
He was having such a good game, too. I mean, he was killing it the first half.
So almost a turnover. Tyson that time gets it over to Taylor. Good little floater up and in for the senior. That gives Taylor 10 points. Lewis Mulkey will take over defending Luke Rogers. Watch that matchup between the two big guys down low.
They've been real successful with Rogers on a little screen and roll. Kind of got away from it, though.
Interesting, we saw in the first half, Noah Ballou was more of the ball handler, and now it's been Tyson here throughout this fourth quarter so far.
That was almost a turnover.
Mulkey hands it back off to Banks and hands it back. Good unselfish play. Taylor kind of found himself open under the basket, up and good. I think he was surprised.
Well, it's quickly gone back to a 6-point lead. They cut it to 2, and now it's gone back to 6, so they just can't quite get over that hump.
Rogers with a great individual move, able to finish that time.
And Mulkey's guarding him, but he's got a little foul trouble, so he has to be careful.
That's right. Tyson split the double team that time. Taylor open again. This time thinks better of it and finds Mulkey going down the lane. Great pass.
That was a nice play right there.
8 points for the senior Mulkey tonight. While we have a second, I want to thank our crew that's here today. Our director, Trevor Williams, Cole Heiss and Nick Boker working on engineering this afternoon. A little too strong there from Bryant. Our camera operators, Elijah Sampson, Mark Davenport, and Nikolai Dombrowski. Nikolai, one of our AVT students here at Gilmer. And the guy that keeps us straight right behind us, Tim Christensen, on graphics. That ball out of play. So it seems like this number 6 keeps coming back up. The lead stretched back to 6 for Gilmer.
And the ball movement. If they're smart, they're going to take their time and get the shot they want, just like that.
That is the one they wanted. That's Christian Sumner. Been quiet today, but hits a huge 3 to get this lead back to 9. A lot of confidence in that shot for the young player. Wow, Stewart and Mulkey, a ton of contact that time and no whistle. Coach Duffy stupefied. That one will be off Luke Rogers' leg.
So Coach Duffy trying to talk him into a call.
The Gilmer folks behind us telling Coach Duffy, we know, Coach. So everybody in agreement with their upset, that they're upset at the officials. You know what? That's just the nature of being an official. Got to have pretty thick skin.
Well, if both sides are unhappy with you, then you know you kind of called it even.
Brett Taylor's had a great game. And so if you're Coach Duffy and you say there's all kind of contact down here and no call, and then there's a little hip check over here and you call the foul, you gotta figure it out. That's going to be, I believe, the third on Stewart as well.
That's what I've got. So Cade Carter went out at 6:06, and Gilmer was holding on to a 2-point lead, and now under 3 minutes, and they're back up to 9.
Yeah, a couple of big-time shots. And that time, that's going to be Hampton on the foul, and that'll send Banks to the line where he's really, really good. And praise his free throw shooting. And
you jinxed him there.
Wow. Apologies to the Banks family. Knocks that one down. Big game for him, 14.
So the Dragons going to have to hit some shots. They've gone from being down 2 now to being down 10. Time running out.
They're going to call a charge on Rogers, and Coach Dudby is going to blow a gasket.
So that's 4 on Rogers.
Mulkey draws the charge on the big man. Coach Duffy, though, when he blows that gasket, he turns away from the official at least, so that saves him. That's not going to save the people on the Pickens side, though. They are not thrilled at all.
That's number 4 on Jaden Stewart.
And I believe, Coach, that's got to be, what, 4 fouls in the last 30 seconds that have been called on Pickens?
Yeah. Well, you know, on the board, Pickens has 5 fouls, Gilmer has 0. So, you know, the fans look at that.
Couldn't get that one to go. Caden Hampton leading the charge and throws that one into the third row.
Right idea, just didn't quite connect.
So this fourth quarter has ticked away, and the Gilmer lead is extended. 2:15 left, and it's a 10-point advantage. So if you're Pickens, the time to make a run is right this second. It's going to start with a stop, but couldn't get it. Mulkey throws it, though, right to Dunn. And Taylor going to be called for the foul. That's 4 on him as well.
A lot of people racking up these fouls. I mean, they need a quick hitter off the inbounds right here.
Be another foul. This time it's going to be on Sumner trying to block Hampton's shot. It's going to be his second. So 2 team fouls for Gilmer, 5 for Pickens. Of course, the bonus begins at 6. Coach Heiss with some words of instruction. It is eerily quiet in this gym, Coach. A lot of people at home watching the football game. There's, as we mentioned, Park and Rec. Probably, you know, a lot of folks watching at home, we hope. But you can hear every word that's said from the coaches, from the bleachers. It's a very strange feeling. Usually this gym would be full with Pickens and Gilmer. They're going to call a foul instead of the held ball there. And that's going to be on Rogers. That'll be the end of the night for him. And we're going to... Coach Duffy very, very calm, and I think that's scarier than him yelling.
Coach Duffy giving a little lesson on the bench over there.
Well, he's only got 4 players. So he makes Isaiah Williams go back and sit down and then brings him in the game. Interesting.
Little lesson in youth. You never assume you're going in. You wait for the coach to tell you you're going in.
Banks misses the front end of the 1-and-1. So incidental buzzer there. Coach Duffy trying to maintain his composure. I'm proud of him because I don't know that I could have done as well as he's done with some of the way this has gone. Hampton with the bucket and something good. And he is not thrilled. He thought that should have been a foul. So as they take the timeout, we'll take it with them. Back in 30 seconds, 60-51.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey and enjoy the ride.
So Coach Duffy with a word of encouragement for his troops and a word or two for the officials as well. Actually, just a disapproving nod from Coach Duffy. Age has matured him, made him more wise. So, but he's one of those that can say a lot with a look, you know.
That is true.
So this game still a 7-point game with 1:42 left. That was a big bucket by Hampton to sort of keep them in it, and they're able to set up the press. Great pass to Taylor. Thought about going to lay it up, changed his mind. Turns it over, though. They're going to call a foul on the floor on Taylor. I think he got elbowed in the mouth on top of it. So I believe that's going to be 5 on Taylor also.
That's pretty tough. That was he got kind of a hard collision on the floor and then got the foul too.
Yeah, was going for the ball, but didn't roll over in time. So that's a good game for Britt Taylor. By the way, Luke Rogers ends the day with 14. Britt Taylor ends the day with 12. So really good games from both of those veteran players. Jaden Stewart, nice little move, basket and the foul. So Pickens with a late little surge. It's going to be on Ethan Banks. That's his first. I don't know how he's avoided foul trouble so far, but he has.
That's a good take by Stewart.
And hits the free throw, so that's 10 points for Jaden Stewart. 4-point game with 1:26. Pickens this little 5-0 run. And now if you're Gilmer, you've got to get that ball back across. And Coach Heiss going to take a timeout, make sure that he doesn't get a turnover there. So we'll take it with him as well. 4-point game here inside the cage.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
So Gilmer with possession here, 1:13 left on the clock, 60-56, our score. Ethan Banks will be fouled. He will head to the free throw line.
I'll tell you, Pickens, they just, they keep cutting it, but they just can't get over that hump. Every time they cut it, the Bobcats come right back with a little run themselves.
A really unfortunate sequence in that fourth quarter, where they had a lot of fouls go against them, and you thought, well, now they'll fade away, but they have hung tough. But Ethan Banks with a big free throw there. That gives him 15 points on the afternoon. Two of two for Banks. That gives him 16, and that extends that lead to 6. If you're Gilmer, you want to play good defense without fouling. Stewart with a great individual effort, but just too much dribbling that time, and Gilmer now getting it across. They'll pull it out and try to run the clock. Have to foul here in just a minute. So Hampton fouls Mulkey, who's a really good free throw shooter.
I've got him with 4 now. You look at it, 6 points, you think, well, that's 2 shots. So 2 possessions, but with that made free throw, that puts it to 3.
Mulkey will get into double digits if he makes this one. 9 points so far. And he does. Nice confident stroke there. So that's 4 Bobcats in double figures. Carter, Banks, Taylor, and Mulkey. So 8-point lead here. Dunn takes it strong, can't finish, and it'll be out of bounds, but it'll stay with Pickens.
You know, all these kids play against each other growing up and know each other so well.
Got to get a big shot here. Stewart drives and throws that one away. Thought Williams is going to stay where he was, and that turnover will just about seal it. Caleb Bryant going to come in. Thought we might see them try to get Dunn open for a 3 there as well as he shot it, but Mulkey will get it up for Kiker. They get it across. Final 30 seconds of play here, and
good hustle by Kiker to recover that.
Yeah, Ballou kept it alive, and Kiker held on to it, and Mulkey will be fouled again, that time by Williams. Also his first foul.
He's been down in the trenches. How did he not have a foul today?
Only thing he ran afoul of was his coach a minute ago.
Tell you, it's like you said, Mulkey is so confident there at the line.
You know, we talked about a routine. He just grabs the ball, spins it, and fires. That's 4 in a row. Give him a dozen points.
And just like that, it's back to 10.
So Coach Duffy wants them to continue fighting here. We'll see if one bounces off of Williams, ends up in the hands of Banks, and that looks like, well, that'll do it. They'll call off the troops there. Final seconds tick off the clock. That's a big win for Gilmer over their rival, 66-56. The final. We will step aside, come back and put a bow on it for you. Gilmer 66, Pickens 56 here inside the cage.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says it best. I'm happy as long as I can see Sharp Top. From the ground up, new home to complete renovation or remodel, we have combined the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Sherry Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go? And who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams.
Call 844-971-4167. We have operators standing by.
Jeremy Green back with Coach Donna Enos, and Coach, it's a 10-point win for the Bobcats, but a really, really well-played, competitive back-and-forth game between these two teams.
It really was. I mean, every time Pickens would make a run, cut it to 2, Gilmer would just come back with another run and just spread that lead out, but both of them played really well today.
Yeah, and you look down the statistical categories here. Jaden Stewart with 10, Camden Dunn with 13, Luke Rogers with 14, Caden Hampton with a dozen. So great individual efforts by all 4 of those players. And I think that Coach Duffy is learning his team and figuring out, who his starters are and who he's going to rely on in key situations.
Well, it's like we talked about. Combinations are critical, and what works and what doesn't work.
And for Coach Heiss, for Gilmer, it's that senior core that they're going to rely on. Britt Taylor with 12, Lewis Mulkey with 12, Ethan Banks with 16, big night for him, and then Cade Carter also with 16 before he went out with the injury. And so for Gilmer, they know who it's going to be. They know what the combinations are going to look like, and it's going to be this senior group that he rides to wherever they go.
And I'm going to tell you what, I'm more impressed with them every time I see them, and they're 6-0 right now. So this is a great start for them, because I can remember, not too many years ago that they really struggled to get a win. And so, it's good to see them see that success now.
Yep, so the Dragonettes 2-0 against the Lady Cats, and the boys from Gilmer 2-0 against Pickens. One more matchup coming up later in the year, and we will be there for you. On behalf of our entire crew and Coach Donna Enos, this is Jeremy Green. We will see you on Tuesday, and thank you for being part of our live coverage here on